Hello everyone, my name is Shambhavi. Hope you all are doing well. So basically today we are going to see one function in pandas, and that function is actually nsmallest and nlargest. Okay, so these are the two functions that we are going to see. They both are actually similar to each other, right? So that is nsmallest and nlargest. Only differences between the smallest and the largest number. Okay, this is the main difference between these two functions. So let me quickly do one thing. Let me quickly take the text, and even I should write the name of the function here that we are going to discuss today, so that you can have a proper look over that, right? That what is the actually name of that function. Afterwards, I will let you know that what that function actually does, right? So here I'll be writing okay, that is n smallest, and n, okay, and n largest. Okay, so these two are the functions which we are gonna discuss today, n smallest and n largest. Now basically this n is with it only, there is no space between this. Okay, yeah. Now as from the name only we can just have a look that these are the functions which are used to find the smallest and the largest number in your data frame, right? Now this can be very useful when you just want to do some data exploratory analysis, some data analysis of any data, and you want to find out that which is the largest number, which is the smallest number, and you want to find the particular range of that thing. Okay, then in that case these types of functions are actually really very useful. Okay, now basically what I would be doing here is that I would again be taking the text, and now I would be just mentioning that what is the actually use of these two. Okay, I would be writing here the use of these n smallest and n largest function. So I would writing here used to find n smallest and n largest numbers, let's say values. Okay, n largest values in our data frame. Okay, this n means that whatever number of largest and smallest values you want to find out, you can just find out that thing. Okay, whatever the n number, if let's say you want to find the five largest values, okay, it will give you five largest values. You want to find seven largest values, it will give you seven largest values. Okay, this is the whole case that is determined here. Fine. Now it is used to find out n smallest and n largest values in a data frame. Now what I would be doing is that I will be making a data frame, and we will be applying this function on that data frame, right? So whenever we just discuss about any particular library, so what's the first thing that we do into that? The first thing that we always do is to import that particular library, right? We need to import that library so that we can use it in our file, in our program. Right, now today here I'm just going to make a data frame of my own. Okay, I'm just not taking any data set, any particular data set from any particular data, so that you can just have a look that how to even make a data frame and how to apply this function. If you got a proper idea how to apply this function, then you can just apply it on any data frame. That's not a difficult task. Okay, so here firstly I'd be importing my pandas library because I want to make my data frame on my own. Okay, and for making that data frame we always import the pandas library. Pandas is a library that we actually use for making the data frame, right? And this thing I'm repeating from the very starting of the videos, right? So here I'll be writing import pandas as pd. Fine. Now here what I have just done, I have taken my pandas library. Okay, I have imported my pandas library as pd. So as pd means that I am basically giving it a short form. Okay, now whenever I want to use this pandas library, I would not write whole pandas at that place. I would simply write pd, and that will actually refer to my pandas library. Okay, this is the meaning of the very first line which I have written. Fine. Now, firstly, I have imported my libraries, right? Now, the second thing that comes here is that I need to define my data frame. I need to define my data, right? So, for that, let's say I took a variable, and that is df. Okay, df is one of the variables that I have taken. Okay, and basically now into this data frame, inside this variable, what I would be doing is that I would be storing my whole data that I am gonna make here. Fine. Now basically I have just written df is equal to, now for making a data frame in pandas, what we do, we write pd dot, and we write here data frame. Okay, pd dot data frame. This is the procedure that we follow for making a data frame in the pandas library. Using the pandas library, this is the procedure that we follow for making the data frame. Okay, that is pd dot data frame. Right. Now basically what I would be doing is that I would be putting the large bracket and then the curly brackets. Fine. Now inside that, okay, let me just quickly move another. Okay, let me quickly zoom out for a little while. Fine. And okay, let me zoom out a little while because I'm not able to write properly because of large things. Okay, now it is properly okay with me, and I can just zoom in one more. Fine. So here basically I have written df is equal to pd dot data frame. Okay, now here I'll be writing my first column that I want to make. Let's say I'm just making a random data in that. Let's say my first is class. Okay, now class is one of the columns that I am trying to make here. Okay, and what data will I just want to store in this class, so that I would be storing inside my list. Now here I'm just taking a data of, let's say, some students are making in something like that. Okay, I'm just doing that thing. So here I have taken df is equal to pd dot data frame. Okay, and then here I have written class. Class is one of my columns. Now let's say I would just enter some random class. Let's say 10th, and then 11, let's say 12, then 6, then 2, let's say 9, and let's say 3. Okay. Now this is basically what I have just made right now. Now have a look over that. Okay. I would just again, okay, let me just quickly put that here. Okay. So let me bring these brackets this side because I don't know where they have gone from here. Fine. So let's say I have taken these seven values in this column, that is class. Okay, I have taken these 7 values in this column. Now I would put a comma, and here I just want to add one more column. Okay. Now let's say that column which I just want to add here is, let's say, marks. Okay, let's say marks is the column which I want to add here. Again I would put the colon, again I would put the list. Okay, inside this I would be adding some marks. Let's say some random one. Let's say 54, then 12, 28, 92, 34. Okay, let me show you that thing. Okay, so here 5 are done, 2 more are left to do. Let's say 22, and let's say 67. Okay, let's say these are the data which I have just added onto this file. Clear? Now, again, I would put a comma here, and that is okay. Now, I'll be making my third column. Fine. Now, my third column will consist the name. Okay. Now, again, I'll be taking some random names here. Let's say A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay. Let's say A, and then I'll be taking B. I would be taking here as, let's say, C. Okay. Again, I'll be taking here, let's say, D, and it would be E again, it would be F, and it will go up to G because I need to take 7 values here. Okay, so I have taken 7 because in each and every column the number of values which I would be taking will be remaining same. Okay, so that I have just done here. Name A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Okay, and again I would just put one comma here, and let's say I would define one more column, and that is H. Okay, this is the last column that I am defining here. Let's say in that age, let's say I would be taking 15, and then 13, let's say I would be taking 17, I would be taking, let's say, 14, I would be taking 18, and again I would be taking, let's say, 2. Okay, hold on. Let me show you that thing. Okay, not 2. 2 is not the valid one. It is looking a very odd here. So let's say I would be taking here, let's say, 12. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 have been completed, and the last one is 9. Fine. Let's say this is the random data which I have made, and if I just want to see, so I will be writing df here. And that would basically run and give me the whole data which I have made here. Fine. So this is the data that I have made. Now from here, I want to check out the smallest value. Okay. Now df dot n smallest. Df dot n smallest. Okay. Now in the bracket, I would be writing that basically how many smallest values do I want here. Let's say I want 5. Okay, let me just again, let me do something. Let me put here, it is okay. Fine. So df dot n smallest. Let's say I want to see the top is 5 smallest values, and according to which column I want to see here. Right, we have different columns. Let's say I want to see that according to my marks column. Okay, I would write here and I would just run it. Now just have a look that according to my marks column, I got my top 5 smallest values. So first one is 12, then 22, then 34, then 54, and then 67. Let's go on to data and have a look over that. So in my marks, basically, yes, my first smallest value is 12. Right, let's do that thing using the class. Let's do that thing using the class. So instead of marks, if I just write here class and run that. Okay, C is capital, I guess, right? Yes, C is capital. I need to make this C here as fine. Now basically I would be getting my top 5 smallest values according to the class. So that is 2, 3, 6, 9, and 10. So yes, The class is smallest is second, then third, then sixth, and then 9, then 10, 11, 12, like this. Okay, this is how we can find out the top smallest values whichever we want in our data. Fine. Now, if I just do the same thing for the finding out the greatest, that is the largest. Fine. So in that case, I'll be writing df dot df dot n largest, okay, and small brackets. Now here I will be putting 5 comma. Now 5 is the number of rows which I want here, okay, top 5. Now after that, let's say I want to now sort it according to the age. Okay, now according to the largest age, now what it will be coming. Now the first, which is the largest age, that would be coming. After that 17, after that 15, after that 14, after that 13. Fine. So the largest age which we are having in our data set, that is 18. Fine. This is basically how your largest and how your smallest function works. N largest and n smallest. Removing from 5, if I just write here 2, and now if I just run it here, now basically it has given me only 2 rows, and according to the age if I categorize, so 18 is the largest, after that we have 17. Fine. So this is the whole idea which we can apply for finding out the n largest and n smallest values. So these functions are actually very useful when you just want to check out that what are the top largest values, what are the top lowest values in your data set. So that will help you, and according to this only, that will help you to do more further data analysis things, right? So I hope you got the whole idea that how to apply this n largest and n smallest functions, right? So this is all for this video. Till then, thank you and take care.